Hello friends, Crystal here, your Vibrant BF, and welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about magical and the practical and everything in between. So I just seen a post and it read, the most anti-inflammatory thing you can do is stop hating yourself. Mic drop, truly. So I thought that'd be a great segue into the power of our thoughts, the power of our speech, the power of our environments. Like all of this is going to play into our physical body. So we are mind, body, spirit, okay? If you're working out 5 days a week, an hour each day, but you eat like total trash and your brain is super toxic, you're not going to be healthy. If you eat the best plant-based diet you can think of, vegan raw, and you're in a toxic environment and you are constantly thinking negatively, you're not going to be healthy. We need all levels of us to be in coherence, and coherence is just basically alignment. So there's mind and brain coherence, which is when we do our breath work, our mindfulness practices that keeps us at our homeostasis, our baseline. Now we need both the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. Think of parasympathetic as P, stands for peace, rest, digest state. That is our heart opening, expansive. We're able to take in a lot more. We're able to receive. Now our sympathetic, which we also need, is our freeze, fight, flight, or fawn response. Now the fawn response is rarely talked about. It's basically the people pleaser. How are we doing? Are you okay? Is there something else you need? Do you want me to turn it down? Do you want me to turn it up? Do you need this? Yes. Many women have this one. But we need both because it's a duality. That's this life that we're on, this life that we live. However, understanding the importance of what we're thinking, what we're speaking, and what we're doing, and how that is literally creating our reality. So the first thing I want you to think about right now is just to sit back, roll your shoulders back, close your eyes if it feels good, and just take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold and release through the mouth. It's so simple breath, but many of us aren't even doing it. Many of us are very shallow breathers. We're always in a sympathetic, chronically in a sympathetic state, which is our freeze, fight, flight, or fawn response, which makes everything kind of go tunnel vision, extremely heightened, again, which we need in certain situations, but that is something that we should not be living in. So now that we have taken a deep breath in, I just want you to think for a moment when you were at peace, when you felt peace in your system, right? When did you feel relaxed or calm? Do you even remember? And then I want you to think, what were you doing? You may not have been doing anything. You could have been laying in your bed, in a bed at like a resort, at a hotel, at a parent's house, at a friend's house that had maybe a beautiful view, and you just thought, wow, I just feel real calm right now. Or maybe you were sitting out on your front porch, or maybe you were driving on a beautiful scenic road, or maybe, whatever it is, I want you just to think for a moment, close your eyes, and go back to that place where you felt a lot of peace, and let your body kind of settle into that space. How does that feel? I want you to think of some words: peace, rest, joy, ease, love, whatever it is. And I want you to use this as a base point, an anchor point that you can come back to. We are inundated. Our world is inundated. Our social medias, our immediate world, our families, our work, or whatever it is constantly throwing things in to distract us from this very centered space. But we can always come back to home. We can always come back into a homeostasis state when we start to recognize what it feels like in our body. So understanding, when was the last time you felt rest or peaceful? And then what were you doing to evoke that energy and to go back into that space? Because here's the fascinating thing about our brains. In our brains, there is a small but mighty part called the RAS, which stands for the Reticular Activating System. Essentially, it's like the secretary for the subconscious, and it basically filters in what's important and filters out what's not. And how does it know what's important and what's not? What you think about. So if you're constantly thinking about all the things you need to do, all the things that are wrong, all the things that you don't have. It's going to say, give her more of that, focus on more of that. But if you focus on, I have so much ease in my life, I feel so joyful, I feel so safe, I feel rest, I feel ease, it's going to bring more of that in. It really is choice, switching over, redirecting the thought, coming back into the body, out of the head and into the body of what it is you want to feel, and then playing that on repeat versus, oh my God, I'm going to be late. I didn't get that. I need to get this. She said, what? All the things. Now, life is going to life, right? And we need the ebbs and flows. That's why we need both parasympathetic and sympathetic. But we need to make sure that we are creating balance and resilience in our mind, body, and spirit. So when you think about yourself, what do you think about? For women, is it something you need to fix, something you need to lose, something you need to shave, something you need to whatever? What if you thought, oh, you are so beautiful. You are so kind. I love your smile. Your skin looks great. Look how strong your body is. She has done so much for you. Do you see how much different that is? Versus like, oh my God, what is this? Oh my God, what is this? What is that? What is, no. Oh, thank you, body. I'm so glad my hands have such great agility. I can move my shoulders. My legs are so strong. I'm so glad my mind is so sharp. I'm so glad I can think. I'm so glad I can speak. Do you see how different that is when you start focusing on what is working, what feels good, what you're grateful for? Because then your RAS is going to start bringing in more of that. And when you start looking yourself in the mirror, this is huge because you're literally speaking directly to self and say, I love you. I appreciate you. You matter. And I know some people are like, that sounds so corny, I can't. And I'm telling you, think of it as you speaking to your best friend. How would you speak to her? Do you say, wow, I really see those gray hairs coming through. But did you pick up weight? What's going on with your skin? Oh my God, what is that? What? No, you're like, you are so smart. Why? You are so brilliant. You are so nice. You are so kind. You're so funny. You're so strong. Thank you so much. Like, you see how you speak to your best friend? That is the same way you should be speaking to yourself because you're your own best friend. Your relationship with self is the most important relationship you'll ever have. Your thoughts are listening, so make them pleasant. If they're going to be on repeat, give it positive affirmations. You're so smart, you're so kind, you're so funny, you're so clever, you're so loving, you're so strong. Whatever that is, whatever that feeling you're wanting, play those thoughts on repeat. Watch how your body receives the love that you give it. It's just like any other living thing. If you are singing to your plants and talking to your plants, they're flourishing, they're thriving. Look at these roses. These are roses. Look how beautiful. Do you know how long I've had these roses? 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks on the 14th. It's like, what is today? The 9th? Do you see how bright and big those are? And I'm just like, I can't believe how much they're roses? They're just so beautiful. And I tell them every day, I'm like, you're so beautiful. I cannot believe how you're just still so thriving. I mean, you smell so great. I speak to them every day. How are you speaking to yourself? How are you speaking to yourself every day? And when you have your moments where you're like, I wish I lost this weight, or I wish I didn't have this wrinkle or this dimple or this pimple or this whatever, you say, man, look at my body. You know how many people would love to just be able to stand that don't have legs, to be able to use their arms that maybe have atrophied, to have their brain, to have their sight, to have their hearing, to have their speech. Things we take for granted every single day, which are gifts. So when you focus on what you do have, when you focus on how you want to feel, and you play those thoughts on repeat, and you speak those positive affirmations on repeat, and you speak to your body with loving words, and to your mind with loving words, and you think on good things, that is what you'll start filtering in more, better experiences. And you'll be like, oh my God, my body, look how strong she is. Oh my God, look how, girl, you're looking good. You are so strong. You are so beautiful. You will start to see the change. You'll start feeling more radiant and you'll start acting more radiant. It's all part of the process of getting your mind, body, and spirit into coherence, into alignment. I believe in you. So just wanted to send out that little reminder today that the biggest anti-inflammatory tip is to not hate yourself, but love on yourself, but to think kind words and to speak kind words and to live in your ease and your joy and your homeostasis and to have gratitude each and every day. And when you find yourself going into a negative space, bring it back in. Not what you don't have, but what you do have, while holding the vibration of whatever it is you are desiring to already be done. Until next week, friends, I hope you put this into a practice, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.